Hey guys, Aaron Farmer here with mysugarfreejourney.com. Just wanted to give you guys a couple updates. Number one, as far as the food in the grocery store goes, it still looks like we are totally fine. Um, I was in a meeting with you know Kroger people yesterday, and they removed the caps on my orders, so I can order as much as I want. Um, or as much as I think it'll take to fill my department up. And again, I'm in the frozen department, so obviously, my food is not quite as time sensitive as say meat or the produce department, but um, it looks like within the next week or two we'll be back to normal with totally full frozen sections. The meat department looks pretty good. I know that some of the sales that we're running this week are just kind of what we happen to have most of, so we're not quite there yet. But but every day we get reports of what's coming in to the store, and it's a lot. It's like pallets and pallets of chicken and ground beef and my point is things are looking up. I saw a commercial last night from Cottonelle. Cottonelle was saying that they've got plenty of toilet paper. It's coming. Now we did have a whole tractor trailer full of toilet paper go up in flames the other day on 20, and that was pretty upsetting. a whole semi truck full of toilet paper. If you Google that, you can see the video, and it's something. It's definitely something. But I think we are getting to the point where we're going to stock up. Now, was listening to a podcast the other day by Michael Osterham, I think is his name. I've heard him in a couple different podcasts, but yesterday I heard a podcast that was done by a doctor, and so they were really getting into some intense things. And one of the things that he said that really concerned me that I hadn't heard before was there's a supply chain of medicine. Just not like the chloroquine and the azithromycin that they're needing to do to deal with the COVID-19 outbreak, but just like the medicine, all the other medicines that you need to run into to run a uh, um, to run an ER, and he said that there's a 3 month supply chain, so everything that's in the supply chain right now, they've got 3 month supply, but there's the factories that they need to create this stuff. They're not up and running. So there's going to be a gap in these other medicines because of the lockdown. He said like 85% of our antibiotics come from China or Italy. Like the two biggest factories that make most of our antibiotics are coming from those two places. And they've been shut down. There's just nothing there, and so that's kind of the next crisis that they're looking at they're going to start running out of the medicines that they need to control all of the other things. And that's the things that that people are most concerned about. As bad as this corona outbreak is, people are still going to have heart attacks. People are still going to have um, fall and break an arm, or break a hip. There's going to be other things, just the normal things that go wrong because human beings. And there's not any capacity left in our emergency rooms to deal with those things. It's going to be an issue. And when President Trump said that if everything goes right, we're going to have 100,000 deaths, that should sober you. But I was listening to a guy, actually Osterham, and Hotez is another one that I'm listening to. Hotez was on Joe Rogan, and then Osterham was on the Peter Attia podcast. Apparently, all my podcasts now that I listen to are just having to do with with COVID-19, which is fine. But what was I going to say? Oh gosh, what was I talking about? Hotez was saying something about all these other things the other things that were going wrong, but that wasn't what I was going to say. Oh gosh, I forget. But the 100,000 deaths. Um, you know, these 100,000 deaths. That's if everything goes right. If everything goes right, it's not all going to go right. And even the 200,000 deaths might be low. We might be looking at 250,000 people passing away because of this virus. And it is. I guess the one thing I want to say is that this disease is preventable and it's survivable as long as you do the right things. So I just want to review what the right things are. I got my mask. I'm not leaving the house without my mask. The mask doesn't do anything to protect you, but if you are infected, it prevents you from spreading it. That's an important thing. That's one of the things that we need to. If you are like me and you're an essential worker, and you have to leave the house every day, you have to go to work. There's no way around it. I have to go to work. I have to get shelves full. I have to feed my community. It should be mandatory for me to wear a mask. I don't know why it's not. That should just be an order from on high. Everyone has to wear a mask. If you leave the house, you should wear a mask. Period. End of discussion. I mean, I don't really understand why it's not, but you should wear a mask. And then, but the thing that, and obviously wash your hands frequently, but the thing that no one's talking about that I wish this would be shouted from the rooftops. There is a direct correlation between the fatality of catching corona and diabetes, heart disease, cardiovascular disease, and what do all those things have in common? They're all metabolic issues caused by too many carbs, caused by chronically high levels of blood sugar. If there's any one thing that you can do today to lower your risk of getting the coronavirus and lowering your risk of coronavirus being fatal, it's stop eating crap. Stop eating carbs. Keep your blood sugar low. And if you're doing anything that's damaging your lungs, like smoking, for the love of God, you stop smoking. I mean, I go to work every day with these people, and they've got a cigarette in one hand and a donut in the other. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, have you lost your mind? Smoking was a bad idea 6 months ago. It is suicidal to smoke today. And to smoke and eat donuts and crappy food, good grief, you're just taking your life into your own hands. Stop it. Don't eat food that raises your blood sugar. Don't do anything, whether that be smoking or vaping or whatever, that will damage your lungs. Those are I don't know why those two things aren't being shouted from the rooftops. But in addition to social distancing, in addition to hand washing, the other three things that people need to do is when they go outside, they need to wear a mask. They need to stop eating foods that raise their blood sugar, and they need to stop smoking or vaping or doing anything that damages their lungs. That's really the 5 things that you've got to do to protect yourself and protect your family. There are other things you can do as well. If you take a good multivitamin, it's been shown. I was going to show you. These are my multivitamins. This is Vinnie Tortor's vitamins. I love them. If you go to mysugarfreejourney.com/PVC, that stands for Pure Vitamin Club. That's an affiliate link, and I take these every day. But the multivitamin what you're looking for is zinc and selenium, because it's been shown zinc and selenium are helpful for your immune system. Also, if you're on a 3-day fast like I am, taking a multivitamin is not a bad idea. But take care of yourself. Okay. I'm begging you, take care of yourself. Do those 5 things. Stop eating crappy foods, wear a mask if you go outside, stop smoking or vaping if you're doing it. And of course, hand washing, social distance. That's the key. Those are the 5 things you've got to do to protect yourself and protect your family. And I guess that's it. All right. Appreciate it, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.